Because you are a chosen race. You are a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his own possession, that you will proclaim the wonderful things of him who called you out of darkness into this marvelous light. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Set apart and set aside and do his work and bring him glory. Come on.
I'm not trying to blend in, I'm trying to stand out. I've been set apart for greatness, it's already planned out.
Hello. Welcome to Truth Prevails. Now, this is a different video that I usually upload, but I want to start doing more reaction videos about, maybe secular topics or Christian topic, all different categories, different things. So today's topic is the shot, and specifically it's about the NBA. Because now the mandates are coming down on these sports that are saying if you don't stick it, you can't play. So today is about two NBA superstars, Kyrie Irving, Andrew Wiggins. Now, Kyrie Irving is kind of on the fence of what he's going to do. Same with Wiggins, because now the NBA is kind of forced them to get. I'm going to share the policy what the NBA is giving to all their players. But, if they don't get the shot, they lose a lot of money and they can't really truly be around the team. Now, is this fair? I'm trying to look at it from the Christian point of view to see how should Christians be looking at it, because there is a discussion that people are having in the church, and sometimes it can cause division on some people's views if they want to get the shot or they don't want to get the shot. So I'll share my views later. Let's dig into what Kyrie Irving has said.
I'm a human being first, and obviously living in this public sphere, there's just a lot of questions about what's going on in the world of Kyrie, and I think I just would love to just keep that private and handle it the right way with my team and go forward together with a plan.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to have more distractions and more hoopla and drama around it. He's doing his best to maintain this with good intentions and a good heart. And I saw Kevin Durant was questioned about it, and he said that's on Kyrie. That's his personal decision. What he does is not on us to speculate what may happen. And they trust in him, and they do expect to have their whole team at some point. So,
Or do they fire him if he doesn't take the vaccine? I mean, because that's what happened with healthcare workers in New York City, right? If you don't take the vaccine, you get fired. So
it depends on the regulations, because at the Barclays you can't play without it, but at some places you can.
See, my problem with his response is I don't think it was transparent as it needs to be. And I think this is what Kyrie has done in the past. And he doesn't want to cause more distractions, but his response will cause more distractions, because no response is a response. I think he could have been more transparent to say, hey, I'm going to get the shot, and this is why, or I'm not going to, and this is why, or this is where I'm leaning to. Because I think, but Kyrie in the past, he's following Islam. He's running around the courts with the sage. He's burning incense before games. So what's really going on? Like, what do you truly believe? And Islam isn't the true religion. We know Islam is false. We know what it preaches. So if he's wrong about that, he's been wrong about the flat earth and all these different comments. So, Kyrie kind of lives in his own world, but he still should be able to choose if he wants to get the shot or not. But I think he causes his own problems. It's like people that have a lot of stress and they worry and they wonder why they have a lot of stress, but it's usually from their own actions. So, like, if I was his teammate, I would feel some type of way, because now if it comes down to it and you don't play and you just drag people along, they would want to know that before so they can kind of prepare. And those discussions might be happening in-house, but the media, when your teammates have to step in front of the media, now they have the answer for you. Look at Kevin Durant. He's getting asked questions because Kyrie is not being upfront on what he's going to do. And the NBA is clear. They're about money first. So if you have all these outside problems, they will find a way, find something in your contract, a loophole, and they try to either ship you out, or when your contract ends, you can get blackballed, and you're going to have a lot of trouble trying to find work somewhere else, because you're going to be labeled as difficult to work with. Kyrie kind of already has that that stigma stuck to him. So it's just another thing that Kyrie's doing, but he does have, I guess, the freedom to do what he wants. But I think he's causing more problems than he's actually, helping himself. So Abdul-Jabbar, Hall of Famer, kind of gave his comment on it. This is what he thought.
Should be disciplined. I don't think that they are behaving like good teammates.
What about the folks who say, hey, listen, it's my right, it's my freedom, it's my body, I can do what I want, I shouldn't be told what to do?
Well, that's fine, but they don't have to do that within the framework of the NBA and put other people at risk. I guess maybe it makes them feel brave or able to do something that others can't do. That's not what we should be doing here.
Well, people got to understand this. That's not our league. If it was our league or Wiggins' league or Kyrie's league, then we can make those decisions. But since it's not our league, they can make the rules, and they make the rules the way they want to make the rules. Like one time, you couldn't wear jewelry, and you had to wear a suit before every game. Like that's their rules.
Wow, that's all I can say is wow. It doesn't matter if it's their league or not. They should have the right to choose what they want to do. It's kind of like the abortion topic. What do people that are for it say? It's my body, my choice. So now, when it comes to the shot, you don't have a choice, even though it's your body. As a Christian, I don't believe in abortion. I do believe what God says it is. You shouldn't do it. If you, have a pregnancy, rape, whatever, you give it for abortion, and God can use the evil for good. And now the problem with his response is, and this is what a lot of people in the media and just in general, they think that if you're vaccinated, you can't spread it. But if you're vaccinated, you can spread it. So both sides can spread it. If I'm unvaccinated, I can give it to you. If you're vaccinated, you can give it to me. So me being unvaccinated is not putting you at risk. That's what the herd immunity is for. Supposedly, we can't have it since the shot doesn't even give immunity. But if I'm unvaccinated, you should feel comfortable because you're vaccinated. You should feel protected. So if the unvaccinated players are around them, it shouldn't bother them as much. But that's a lie, because even if everyone's in this vaccinated, someone can still catch it and spread it around. But the rules are so relaxed on vaccinated players, and it doesn't make sense because the science is not backing that up, and that's the problem. The shot was out before all the science was done. And now as the studies are still rolling in, they're seeing all of the changes they have to make and the requirements and the regulations. So before we go into Andrew Wiggins' case, because it's a little different, I want to share what the policy is that the NBA is putting on their players. So the policy is the NBA doesn't require players to get vaccinated, but has incentives for them to roll up their sleeves with separate protocols for vaccinated and unvaccinated individuals. Those who are fully vaccinated avoid regular testing and can sit together in the locker room, at team meetings, and during travel, signaling a return to a pre-pandemic lifestyle. They don't have to quarantine if a close contact tests positive for the coronavirus unless the fully vaccinated player begins showing COVID-19 symptoms. That's the problem. You're not going to separate that person from everyone else until they start showing symptoms. Someone's going to really monitor them. They're not really going to be monitored. And by the time they start showing symptoms, it's going to be spread already. So kind of protocols don't make sense, but the protocols are assuming that someone that's vaccinated can't spread it themselves. Now, the one, I guess, workaround around this is if you get a religious exemption. And that's the beauty of, being a Christian. We're thankful that we have the liberty and the freedom to not be forced because of our beliefs. Now, I do believe a lot of states like California, where this next superstar plays, they have stripped that ability, that opportunity, that option to not get vaccinated because of your beliefs. So they took that away from people. So some people, I know from having children have had to move because of this mandate and them not wanting to vaccinate their children and the religious exemption being stripped away from them. That is one way. I think all states are probably going to be in the future at that point where they're not going to allow you to do it, and I think Christians are going to have to start homeschooling and finding different ways if they don't believe in vaccines. So a couple ways they're going to get you are your money and your freedom and what you can do. And this is what happens with this next player. They're going to start taking away his money because he can't play in a lot of the games because he's not vaccinated. Roll the tape.
The Warriors might have to play every home game this season without a key starter. Andrew Wiggins has refused to say whether he's going to get the COVID vaccine, and the NBA has rejected his request for an exemption.
That means that if nothing changes when the Dubs play at home, Wiggins won't be allowed in the building. NBC Bay Area's Anthony Flores is at Chase Center with what Wiggins would and would not say when asked repeatedly he'd gotten the shot, and he didn't look like he was that happy answering that question.
Certainly was not. Hello, ladies. Today was media day for the Warriors, but basketball really took a backseat to the controversy surrounding Andrew Wiggins and whether or not he plans to get the shot and miss all home games and the paycheck that comes with them. It's lights, camera, before facing the NBA action. The Warriors holding their annual media day at Chase Center. A new season always brings hope. But this year, there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding starter Andrew Wiggins. He's refused to get a COVID vaccination, and the NBA has denied his request for a religious exemption. The ruling means, under current health city orders, he is ineligible to play home games.
Back is definitely, against the wall. But I'm just going to keep fighting for what I believe.
My thoughts are that we'll have the full team, and so not really preparing for anything different right now.
We're hopeful that it all is resolved, over the next couple of weeks. But we're going into camp tomorrow with a plan to have everybody out on the floor and ready to roll.
So, man, you got to pray for these guys because you can see that he's really going through it for this situation, and the coaches and the general manager is I don't see no sympathy from them. It's kind of just like, you're going to be here or you're not. And they think he's going to be there. So they believe he's going to get the shot because they don't believe he's going to give up $31 million, which is, a lot of money. But if the side effects, lifelong, life-lasting side effects, is it really worth the money? Or not being able to walk, blood clots, the health problems? Is it really worth it? I take on it. You have to really think about it. Do your research. What's your conscience saying? Have you been praying about it? Because a lot of people think it's the mark of the beast, and they think that because of in Revelation 13, 15, and 18, where it says, and it was allowed to give breath to the image of the beast, so that the image of the beast might even speak and might cause those who would not worship the image of the beast to be slain. Also, it causes all, both small and great, both rich and poor, both free and slave, to be marked on the right hand or the forehead, so that no one can buy or sell unless he has the mark, the name of the beast, the number of his name. It calls for wisdom. Let the one who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So some people believe it's the mark of the beast, this COVID vaccine, because, in like New York, you can't go to restaurants, you can't go to, games, you can't go to the gym. They're stripping a lot from you unless you have this. I don't personally believe it's the mark of the beast, but I don't personally believe in the shot. I won't get the shot. I had COVID before back in July. Some people believe you can get it again. I think we have seen people get it again multiple times. I don't think the risks outweigh the benefits. I would think I'm fairly healthy, but people aren't. But I think we have to still love believers, unbelievers, even though whatever decision they pick, if they want to get the shot, pray for them. I just pray for the people. I know close people, a lot of close people that next to me, that's close to me, that have received the shot, and all I can do is pray for them that they don't, have crazy side effects or die or blood clots or anything of that sort. But all we can do, kind of like the gospel, only thing I can do is plant the seed in you to say, well, have you looked at that, or have you looked at this, and then you really make the decision for yourself, because a lot of people I know that have received the shot have not done a lot of research. It's usually, and this is what I've heard, one response is, when it comes to like the children going to school because of vaccines, well, they say, well, I don't want to, jump through all the hoops and do the paperwork and go through everything, so I just got them vaccinated. But the problem is, if something happens to them, your life changes, and it's not for a day or two; it's forever. Some kids won't even be able to live on their own after that, and it was all because you didn't do your research. You took the easy way out, and now you're affected. But it's a matter of the conscience. So, like, tell me what you think. Have you received a shot? Has it been side effects? No side effects? You've been good? Has anyone out there not gotten COVID yet? Like, what are your thoughts on the NBA making their players do that and stripping them for their money? Like, what do you guys think? Like always, God bless. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next video.
God was with me through it all. When I look back, I can see your hand. You had your hand on me. God was with me through it all. When I look back, I can see your